Are you dreaming about owning land in Florida where you can camp, build, or just get away from it all? Today I'm walking you through 5 properties we have right now in Putnam County, perfect for a weekend retreat, a long-term investment, or a spot to build your dream home. So today, here's what we're going to cover. We'll go over each of the 5 properties we have in Putnam County. These are for sale by owner listings. And then we'll also cover what you get with the purchase of this property, including 9 bonuses, all of our guarantees and owner financing options, as well as how to hold a property or multiple properties if you would like to do your research. And I'll wrap up with our new promotion and a free gift at the end. So let's get started. Now, you can find all of our properties at land.gocap.com. But before we get into the specifics of each property, I just want to quickly highlight where Putnam County is. So for those of you who are not familiar, Putnam County is in northern Florida. We're about half an hour or so south of Jacksonville, and this is the center portion of Florida. So the nice thing about this county is that you have potentially less of a concern around flooding compared to some of the coastal areas. Again, of course, it's always important to do research on an individual property, however. So here we have a number of properties in Putnam County. I'll go over each one in a second. But the other thing I'd like to note about Putnam, and the reason that we've been selling a lot of properties in Putnam, this is one of our most popular counties. For reference, we have sold, we've helped over 600 people become landowners, and Putnam County is one of our most popular locations. And that's because the cost of living here, or one reason, is because the cost of living here is about 18% lower than the US average and 20% lower than the Florida average. So it's a more affordable place to live. You can get a lot of affordable land, and as we'll cover in a little bit, the zoning's pretty flexible here. So there are a number of lots that allow at least temporary RV use as well as mobile homes. So very nice lots for recreational use, building, or just as an investment so you can own land and pass it down to your children. Okay, so let's look at each individual property. Now, again, our website, if you want to follow along, is land.gocap.com. You can find all of the listings on the map, and you can click a pen to look at a particular property and see its main listing page, or you can scroll down to our table where you'll find a little more information on each property. These properties, if we scroll down, are number 757 to 761, 5 Putnam lots, all about 0.2 acres. So let's click on our first one, number 757. And this is 0.21 acres in Putnam County. And just give me 1 second here. Okay, so on our main listing page, you can find nice drone footage with the boundary. These are approximate boundaries, but approximate boundaries outlined so you can see what it looks like. This is off of Nielsen Avenue. And we also have full drone footage at the bottom here. It's a beautiful, right now, wooded lot off of what appears to be a nicely maintained dirt road, about 1/4 of an acre, as I mentioned. And if we go down further, you can see the GPS. We can pull it up on Google Maps. So the nice thing is we are close to a couple lakes in this area. Lake Grandin is nearby. And we had our drone footage, but you can also, if you want to do your own research, look at it in Google Maps. Power lines let's go back. Our run, just about half a block up. So you have access to power there. And I also want to note a few other things. I'm going to pull this up in Land ID so we can do a little more research on it. I also want to note the R2 zoning designation. I'll go over what's allowed in that area as well. But if we go to Land ID and search for it there, all right, so let's look at some of the overlays. Now this area, like a lot of Florida, is pretty flat. We are not in a special hazard flood zone. So I turned on that layer. You can see it's not being shaded. So that's a good benefit in Florida in particular. And there are no wetlands. So those are some of the main things I wanted to call out on this property. And no transmission lines, nice road here. Okay, so let's quickly check the zoning because allowable uses are really important. So first of all, I want to call out recreational vehicles in Putnam County. So this is their zoning code. Now, this is my research. I do want to put a big caveat here that you should always do your own research with the county before purchasing a property. But this is under their floodplain section of the code, so I would confirm this in relation to other properties, but it does say that a recreational vehicle is allowed for up to 180 consecutive days. And you could do temporary placement as long as it meets the requirements here for manufactured homes. So confirm all that with the county, but they do have some flexibility when it comes to recreational vehicles, it appears. Now we can also look at their allowable uses under, remember this is R2 zoning. So a little technical here, but this also shows you how if you wanted to do your own research, you could look at various codes. So we go down to R2, and you see that they do allow residential, both single family and mobile home. They even allow a community home having 6 or less residents. I'm not sure you're going to put that on out here, but it is allowed. And then they do allow recreational activities. And they have some additional uses here that would require a special permit. Again, not sure how many people would be interested in these, but nice to call out. So that's our first lot here. It's a beautiful lot. We're also only 15 minutes to Interlaken, so not too far from basic amenities. I know it's very important to be able to go get groceries or find a medical clinic, so not too far from a small town as well. Okay, let's go to property number 2, 758. Now I'll close out of this one. Let's go to 758. That's 0.22 acres. Now this is also, most of these are in similar subdivision, and I didn't call this out before, but let's look at the overall community. I did mention we're about 15 minutes to Interlaken, just north of Interlaken, and then to the east is Palatka, which is a slightly larger town. I believe there's a hospital here. And Palatka, the nice thing about Palatka is it is on the St. Johns River, which I have heard has good fishing. So that's a nice resource as well. And you can see that there are a number of wildlife management areas nearby, as well as state parks. So like a lot of Florida, There are a number of recreational resources in the nearby vicinity, a lot of beautiful areas to go walking and enjoying, fishing, perhaps hunting in the wildlife management areas even as well. You can check that out if that's something you're interested in. So this is another property. Again, this whole area has lakes in the vicinity too, smaller lakes. So that's a nice recreational resource as well. Okay, so this property is off of Krieger Avenue. Nice thing here is there are homes in the area, very good sign for development potential. I don't want to make any guarantees as to buildability, but it's a good sign when there are many homes in the area. So let's quickly look at it. We do have our drone footage here as well. So you can see another has nice wooded property, homes nearby, close to Interlaken. And we can take a quick look at the drone footage here. So if you can go to our listing page to watch the whole thing, but it gives you a nice sense of the area. The dirt road does appear to be in very good condition. And we'll go to Google Maps. So since there are homes in the area, I would assume that there are power lines being run. Yep, there is a power line that appears to stop here at the neighbor's place, so you might need to extend it one plot over. Does look like people are building mobile homes here because, again, this is R2 zoning. So as we saw before, that zoning designation does allow for mobile homes. And again, according to our research, it's possible that an RV might be allowed on a temporary basis, but again, confirm that with the county. Please confirm everything with the county. This is our own research. You should do your due diligence before purchasing a property, of course. Now, if we pull this one up in Land ID, we can check flood zone, wetlands, all of that good stuff. Hi, Judith. Thank you for joining. We're talking about Putnam County. I don't know if you have any interest in Florida. Okay. Parcel labels off. Okay. So let's look at, again, this is a flat area. Most of Florida is flat. And there's no special hazard flood zone. Let's take a quick look at wetlands, no wetlands. So all good signs, especially for Florida. And like I said, there is a home. You're right. Nope, not interested in Florida. Well, if you have an area of interest, let me know. Maybe I can highlight those properties next. That's another nice option. Seems like a great option for building if that's what someone's interested in. Again, I have to make the caveat that I can't guarantee anything as far as buildability, but some good signs for that property. All right, now let's go to 759. Oh, you're already in Florida. You've been in Florida 58 years. What did you think of living there? All right, another just under quarter-acre property. And again, we are north of Interlaken. This one is closer to the lakes. So if you're really into lakes, this one's a little closer to that area. You can see that this particular area is also a little more built up, a number of homes here. There seem to be some services in the nearby vicinity as well. And we do have our drone footage of these lots, of this lot, of every lot. It does have a road that's in good condition. And you can watch our drone footage quickly. As with all the lots, it does have nice tree cover. For some people, that might be a benefit. For others, that would be, you'd want to keep in mind that you'd have to clear the lot. But some people really like the existing tree coverage. It gives you kind of a nice natural feel to the property. Lately, not so much. It was very nice for a long time, but lately not so much. That's too bad. 58 years is a long time to be in a location. Are you looking to move? All right, so again, this is zoned R2, so as before, that should allow mobile homes. And we can take a quick look at it in Google Maps. A lot of homes in this area as well. Slightly different set of trees from the other areas. So depending on how you feel about various ecosystems. So there are power lines here as well. Good to note. And then we'll pull this one up in Land ID. Yes, to Georgia. I think you mentioned that before. Georgia's a nice state as well. I had family there. Okay, quickly pull this up in Land ID. And we'll do the overlays. So again, no special hazard flood zone here and no wetlands. All right, and then our last two lots, 760. This is actually one of our most viewed lots, interesting enough. This one is also by a little lake here. Nice spot. This is a, let's see, slightly different location. This is a little bit closer to Interlaken. On the other side, and we do have our drone footage as well. A little bit less tree cover here. So if you're if you want a cleared lot and you know you're going to clear the whole lot and you want to save some money on clearing costs, this one has less tree coverage than the others. Also does have roads that are in good condition. You can see here. There are homes in the area as well, but it's a little bit less developed out here. So if you're looking for privacy, that might be a good fit. Also about 10 minutes to Interlaken for basic necessities. And here's the drone footage. So feel free to go to our website and look at the whole video if this lot interests you. And then we can go to Google Maps. And again, there's development. I see a big lake to the west. Yes, there's a big lake. I'll show that quickly. I'll show this area. You can see the roads in good condition, power lines. But let's go back out. So there are a number of lakes in this area, as I was mentioning. So there's this little lake here just to the west. And then if we zoom out, there's some much bigger lakes, like Lake Santa Fe. I would have to verify this, but I think some of these are stocked with fish. Again, I'd have to verify that. But there are a number of lakes in this area. So if you're into lakes, it's kind of a nice spot. And there's also, of course, the St. Johns River as well. And this one's also zoned R2, so same deal as the others. We can, I think I logged out of Land ID. So let's go back. All right. I just turn off the labels because even though it's public information, I want to make sure that all these other property owners' names aren't being displayed. Okay, so let's look at the overlays, contour lines. So as with most of the properties in this area, it is flat, flat, flat. area. No special hazard flood zone and no wetlands. And our final property, so that one again has a little, that's probably why it is one of our most viewed properties. It has a little bit less tree cover, which could be good for someone who knows they want to clear the whole thing. Now here's our last property, 0.22 acres. This one also has nice tree cover, if that's something that interests you. And like all the properties the road appears to be in good condition. Just note that all these roads are dirt roads out here. And we do have our drone footage, as with all the properties. And like the other properties, this is R2. So it's actually right by the volunteer fire department. So if you like that sense of safety, that's a good highlight of this property. And let me collapse that. So power lines are right around here, so you might have to extend them a little ways, but there is power in the area. Like I said, volunteer fire department is nearby. So those are our 5 properties in Putnam County. All of them, if you look here, are priced under $10,000. So as I mentioned, Putnam County is one of the most affordable counties in the state. It's a good entry point into land ownership. The R2 zoning should allow mobile homes. So if you're looking to build an affordable home, that's a good option. But as I've said, again, please confirm all building rules and regulations with the county. So these are all under $10,000. And because these are for sale by owner, I'm not a realtor. I only sell the properties my company owns. We can offer owner financing, and we'll tailor that to your needs. So we're going to try and make it affordable to you. There's no minimum credit score requirement. Just let us know what monthly payment and down payment would be affordable for you, and we'll work with you to create terms. But I do want to call out that when you purchase land with us, you're not just getting the property. We provide 9 bonuses, so 9 additional goodies to help you be successful as a landowner. And we also provide a couple guarantees and warranties to help you feel safe when owner financing. So here are a few things to keep in mind with owner financing or with purchasing in general if you want to pay cash. First, if you're owner financing and you pay off in the first 6 months, we will give you 5% cash back. So we want you to become full owner as soon as possible. And that's our thank you for doing that. And we do have a 365-day land exchange guarantee. This is for owner financing as well. So in that first year, if you have been paying on time, then you can exchange this property for another one time during that first year of the loan. So if another property in our inventory comes up and you say, oh, I actually like that one a little more, you have that ability to exchange in the first year once. You just pay another dock fee. So that way we make sure you're getting the property that really meets your needs. And then as I mentioned, we do have, it's not just the property you're getting. We also set up 9 bonuses that we provide with every purchase, owner financing or cash, that are designed to help everyone be successful as a landowner. So we do have monthly landowner Q&A calls for anyone who's interested in just getting online with me and your fellow landowners and talking through questions you might have or concerns or just talking about land in general. So that community is available for all buyers. And then we do have a complimentary vacation voucher, which you could use potentially to go visit the lot if the lot is in an area near where these vouchers are, or you could just use it to have fun and celebrate being a landowner. In a similar vein, we have a hotel savings card, which allows you to save on hotel stays. So again, that could help you visit the property if you're not local, or just celebrates becoming a landowner. And one thing that not everyone might know is I do have a background in architecture. I went to architecture school. So for those who are interested in building, we do offer a 30-minute architectural consultation. So I can't actually walk you through the whole building process, but I can help field some high-level questions, help point you in the right direction if this is your first time dealing with a construction project. And we do have a restaurant savings card as well. So again, if you're not local and you need to go visit the lot, this could help reduce the cost of that trip. And then we have a few guides as well to help set you up as a landowner. A homesteading guide, because I know a lot of people are really interested in buying land to do homesteading, whether that's like you want to be fully self-sufficient, or you just want to grow some crops to reduce your grocery bill a bit. And a building and zoning guide. So if you're going to build, there's a lot that comes with that. This is a little primer on how building and zoning works. And then our post-closing checklist. So after that deed is recorded in your name, here are some of the things that you should do to set yourself up to be successful. And finally, there's a tutorial we put together on how to look up the neighbor's address in case you want to reach out to the neighbors. Some people are interested in attempting to buy adjacent land if they want a little more land. Others just want to get to know the neighbors, especially if you're not local. That way, you can get on good terms with a neighbor, maybe help watch each other's property, So it's always nice to know our neighbors, of course. So we add all of these bonuses. They come with every purchase, whether cash or owner financing. And the last thing I'll say is with owner financing, we do have our 90-day principal protection plan. So you can look at that as well if you're interested in owner financing. All right, so that's our bundle of services we provide every purchaser who joins the Gokche Capital community. And always appreciate suggestions on anything that might be helpful to you or may have been helpful if you've already purchased land. All right, so finally I'll say, if you are interested in any of these properties, these 5 or any of our others, all you have to do is click buy or hold. We do have a hold option. It's $50 for every 2 days. This will allow you to take the property off market while you do your due diligence. So we want to make sure you have time to do your research, call the county, go over their building rules and regulations, make sure the lot works for you. And this hold fee will be applied to your purchase price, either for the property you held or for a different property in our inventory, as long as you purchase in 30 days. So you don't have to worry about losing that hold fee. You can apply it to a purchase as long as it's made within 30 days. So those are the terms that we have. And then I did promise to go over our new promotion and give a free gift at the end. So if you go to our YouTube channel, you've probably seen it already, but we do have a free land giveaway.
Stop letting them increase your...
Now. This will be on January 1st, so we are going to give away a property from our inventory, the lowest price property in our inventory at the time, on January 1st, and we're going to give it away live. And just like with any of the properties you purchase from us, it's not just a property you'll be getting, you'll get 6 additional bonuses. So that includes a lot of the bonuses I went over with the property purchase. So the consulting call, vacation voucher, hotel savings card, restaurant savings card. You'll get all of that with the free property as well. And if you refer someone and they win, you'll get a little gift as well. So you have multiple chances to win if you refer lots of people. And to participate, just watch our free land giveaway video. It'll cover all the terms. But you leave a comment on this free land giveaway video, and then you also subscribe to our mailing list. So you just go to gokchecapital.com. That came out strangely. Subscribe to email. And this will let us keep you updated on what's going on with the free land giveaway. So that's our new promotion. The final thing I'll say is I am covering Putnam County, Florida properties today. So anyone who is live today or watching this video today, there is a discount code, live FL 150 for $150 off. You just apply that when you click hold or buy. There'll be a coupon code there. So that'll apply to all the Florida properties. So thank you all for watching. Thank you, Judith, for joining live. And I will be live every day at 2 p.m. to talk about land. We also do free listing reviews. So if there's a property you are interested in reviewing, just send a comment on the live stream and we can review that property together. So I will talk to you all soon. And yeah, I should just end with, if you're interested in any of the properties, go to land.go